everybody, Flick here, and welcome to a Let's Look At of Mother Russia Bleeds. This is a game by Le Cartel Studio, and published by Devolver Digital, who I've covered numerous games for in the long life the Let's Look At series has had. And this is, well, if you're British, you will call this a brawler. If you are American, or that general region of the world, you will call this a beat-em-up. We have them reversed. Why? I don't know. Easiest way to describe it so that I don't get people annoyed at me for using the term they aren't used to, or accustomed to. This is like Streets of Rage, with a little bit of a Hotline Miami twist in terms of the colour palette is a lot more gory, and there's a drug angle that was prominent in Hotline Miami as well. We'll jump in. I've been playing it for an hour. There is a story mode, there is arena, and that's it, unless you unlock anything for finishing the game. I'm not sure. Again, keep in mind these are first impressions, not a review. There is co-op, however it is local co-op only, which is always a great shame to say when I'm looking at indie games. Such is the way. Now, let me see, I don't want to spoil where I am in the story per se, because it does actually have, it makes a little bit of effort with the story mode, which I can appreciate. Can I go back? I don't really want to do the tutorial. Oh good, I can, alright. Best score, rank slash out of slash? I am online, so I'm not sure why that hasn't updated. Alright, I don't want to do the tutorial really, we can kind of go over the tutorial as we play, so let's go to the lab. The setup in the tutorial is we are one of a selection of 4 characters who are part of kind of like a street fighting ring. We get rumbled, we get knocked out by the cops, we wake up in the lab, and that's where the story starts proper. So we shall jump in from there. Hopefully it won't erase my progress. We'll play as player 1. I've only really had any experience with Sergey, and I've had Ivan as my AI companion, but there's also Natasha and Boris, who looks like a little bit crazy. I will just continue playing as him. Now this is the bit where it gets a bit different. You pick your drug, which is, you know, a little bit adult themed. I've mostly just been using the Kremlin Kernel, which is a steady and balanced. There is a lot of them, and most of them are also locked, but as you can see there's a lot to unlock, and they have varying effects depending on which you pick. And they're to do with both how you heal and also your rage mode. I also forgot to point out, but in the top right there is friendly fire. I would advise not putting it on because the game is actually pretty damn tough, but it's there if you want it. So we'll just take the Kremlin Kernel, and that should be it. And I'm going to add a bot. I'll add a bot I'm not used to. Actually, I think I was using Boris as my bot before, so Ivan is like, he's really, really slow, but he's got a lot of force and a lot of range. Sure, let's have Ivan backing us up. And he'll just take that as well. We should hopefully get the story mode cutscene replaying. So if we do, yes, alright. So this is showing that over a period of time we were getting injected with stuff. And if you were playing 4-player co-op, you would all wake up in the same room, but sadly, it'll just be me and the bot. The other 2 are presumed dead. The CRT effect goes away once we're into the game proper. Alright, character. Boris is a maniac, the maniac of the bunch, since he is utterly deranged. No one ever really knows what's going on in his mind. This wild and unpredictable killer belongs in a psychiatric facility. Chapter 1, Abducted. And then I assume that says abducted in Russian. So there is bad language as well. I'm not going to bother reading all the subtitles, but they're there. So, top of the screen. Time taken, points racked up during the level, our name, and our health is the flashing bar with the yellow filled out. So we're almost dead at this point, essentially. And the syringe will come into play in a second here, so I'll go over that. But first, I'm using the 360 controller, in case that hasn't been obvious already. A is jump, X is normal attack, and you can kind of combo that together. You can also charge it up for a power punch, and then Y is also kind of like, I consider it like a stun attack. It knocks people away from you. It doesn't seem to actually do much more damage than a standard attack. But you can kind of chain them together into combos like that. And then we also have a grab on B, which is what this is. And once you're grabbed, you can either chuck things, or you can punch, kick, etc. So that's the basic buttons. There is more buttons that we will learn about in a second. What the heck? What are you doing up? What happened? Where are we? You're suffering withdrawal. You need your injection. My injection? What injection? What have you done to us? I don't have time to explain, nor am I even authorized, but I must give you an injection. No! You come near us, I swear we'll kill you! Left trigger to heal. Now you'll see we had 1 dosage in our vaccine. We used that and we got health back. So that is what it's used for. Well, that's one of the uses, but there is more. So there's also dashing attacks. Dashing punch, sliding attack. The charged up punch is pretty fun. And as I said, Streets of Rage but gorier. We should learn about the next use of the syringe in a second here. So very like Streets of Rage as well, you can knock enemies off the screen, you kind of have to wait for them to get back, you can also knock them over. Oh, I tried to grab him but I ran past him. You get on the floor and you can kind of punch them. Ah! Also, if you find twitching corpses, you can... Yeah, I noticed this, the bots do it in a really weird way. You can drain fluid from them. Also, I'm going to heal myself a little bit more and then drain some more fluid. You can have 3 doses stored up. I think this one actually has unlimited to teach you this mechanic. So I might as well get myself to full HP because why not? The bot, I can't force him to do that. But yeah, you restore your syringes by drawing them from corpses or people who are about to die. Give me a dream. Oh, let me talk you. Yeah, typical tough guy. And now this is the other use for a syringe. If we use a dosage with right trigger, we actually get superpowered. It's essentially a berserk mode, where you can hurt people a whole bunch. As we can see in the background here, they've been experimenting on other people. They're in various states of decay, shall we say. And then we've got this kind of like meta thing going on where there's this beating heart and eventually a little monster appears and the monster starts growing. I don't know what that is yet, I have my theories, but I haven't got far enough through the game to see. So that's the basic gameplay. Every so often there is a boss, and we will see at least one boss in the duration of this video. Oh, I'll just draw some from you if you don't mind. Right from your shin bone, I think. See, I shouldn't have done that because that knocked a usable weapon off the screen. I will take the baseball bat, thank you. I don't remember seeing that last time. I just realised. I think I would have remembered if I'd seen that. Huh, maybe I was concentrating too much on the fight. But a giant shark bear thing chained up with stuff sticking into it. I feel like I would have remembered. Weapons do break eventually. The most lethal weapons to pick up are actually guns. They're very few and far between, but guns get like insta headshots. They do a crap ton of damage to you if you get shot by them. Maybe even a little bit too much, I would say. I remember this bit, so I must have just went too fast past him to notice the giant thing. You can also just chuck stuff you picked up as well to kind of stun enemies. Ow. Oh, one more thing as well, you have a dash on right bumper. And this is very important because the game does have a little bit of a problem with getting stun locked. It happens very, very frequently later on because even just like a couple of levels in, you start getting swarmed. If I didn't have the bot with me, I definitely wouldn't be able to progress through most of the situations. The checkpoints are generous. Even then, it's a little ridiculous how easy it is to get stun locked on later levels by the enemies. They just surround you and they will not let you go. The dash is designed to try and get you out of that. It doesn't always work as intended, at least in my experience. The knives are all like one-hit kills, but then they break instantly. Stab. Like so. That poor man, he's surrounded by a SWAT team. So here, in this section, we also have mutant pigs. Smells like dead people. I do have to punch the pig to death, I am very sorry. That's the other thing, it heavily prioritizes punching a downed foe, even if there's a standing foe nearby. And that's bad because you'll be sitting there trying to punch someone on the floor by accident when you're trying to hit an enemy. And I made sure, by the way, that these problems I have with the way the game is, stun locking, prioritizing punching on the floor, it isn't just me. I was reading up some Steam reviews of people who have spent more time with the game than me. The complaints are all the same, so hopefully those will be looked at. I did laugh though, because some of the complaints were like, when you knock an enemy off the screen, you have to wait for them to come back. It's like, oh, way to make me feel old. You definitely did not play Streets of Rage. That's just a thing. Another small addition that I really hope they would consider doing in the future, although it is a fully released game, so this might be asking too much. I want health bars on the enemies. I like that aspect of Streets of Rage. Ah, see, I was busy punching someone, so another zombie guy grabbed me. There's a lot of enemies that just grab you too. Might as well heal because there's a bunch of bodies. So yeah, I would very much like to have health bars for enemies. It's strange to me that they didn't do that when they so clearly are taking inspiration from Streets of Rage. By the way, there will be a link to the Steam store page in the description box below. It's fully released as of the 5th of September, so you'll be seeing that sometime after that. I've only just been recently playing it via a key that was given to me. The asking price is £10.99, so it's a little on the high side for an indie game, in my opinion. There is also a special edition for £18.99, which includes another copy of the game, although keep in mind again, the co-op is local only. A digital soundtrack and a digital art book, I believe, were the other editions. Let's just do the super power up. I just bounced him off the fence like 4 times. I didn't notice the shaking head in the top left when I do that. Alright, we're coming up on our first boss soon. Some of the bosses are infuriating as well. Like there's a boss that you can only damage by hitting them into an environmental thing, and they keep on spawning ads to get in your way, and if you get hit even a little bit you'll get stun locked or knocked over. That was infuriating. Also during this section the rats will either nibble the enemies or nibble us. It depends on who they can see in their lane, if you want to talk about it like that. Oh, like that, it stunned him. So yeah, we can also get nibbled, and we have to run to get them off. That poor scientist man has a rat nibbling his spine. Oh, I'd very much like that nightstick if you don't mind. Nope, nope, get off, yep. Damn it, I took my weapon. It's not even doing anything with it. So the thing I was asking myself as I played this is, one, why oh why did it have to be local only? But I understand the logistics of... Oh, I accidentally threw him. I was trying to grab the weapon. It's not always practical to do online co-op, especially when you're a small indie company that might just be literally a room full of people, or just a single person. So I get that. It's just a great shame when a game like this comes along that doesn't have it. Because I like Streets of Rage type games. I loved the Scott Pilgrim game, which was also in the style of Streets of Rage. I have fond memories of Streets of Rage 2. Nah, not so much 1 and 3, but 2, for sure. So I always like seeing another game that is based on them. Or, you know, takes some influence. But, I was asking myself, if I had the choice between playing more of Mother Russia Bleeds or Streets of Rage, which would I prefer? Let's say Streets of Rage 2, because it's the best one of the series. And I'd still rather play more of Streets of Rage 2. That's not to say this is bad, but that is what I came away feeling after some first impressions. I have more frustrations with the gameplay in this compared to Streets of Rage. Although again, keeping in mind that one is... Oh yeah, here come the hobos. The overdosed hobos. That's a very old game, so it's obviously not aged that well, but even then... I like the addition of special moves. You've got the Berserk in this, yes, but that's not quite the same as like calling in a bazooka airstrike from a police car, let's say. You just sit there and smile while I punch the crap out of these overdose zombies. We are coming up on the first boss, so I think we'll do that and then we'll show off a little bit of the next stage, and then that'll probably do it. And they are both drawable. Now ideally the bot would heal and then refill his syringe, but I don't think he's gonna. During this next altercation the boss actually just kind of stomps his way in while we're fighting. After we build a bit of ambience. The music is very good, by the way. Punch that one to death. Punch this one to death. Punch this one to death. And he should make an appearance any second now. There he is. Looks like a tyrant. Ow. And he's also giving himself injections. And he can resist your berserk, as you can see. He's just ignoring me as he hit my friend as well. Yeah, he's dosing himself. Got him right in the face there. Let's heal up a little bit. Oh! Roundhouse kick to the head. Scared the shit out of me. What the hell was that thing? I can hear myself just now. There's got to be a ladder somewhere. Also, I like that we look like M. Bison if we did the best. Press start to skip. So that is the general progression of one level of Mother Russia Bleeds. Bunch of trash guys leading up to a big boss, and as you go on, the number of enemies on screen increases quite... Like, it didn't take long, let's say, until I was getting swarmed. And I don't mean just by like trash mobs that die quicker. By the same difficulty of enemy you've seen there, there's just more of them. So I was surprised at how fast it ramped up. Oh, I also forgot that there's actually some almost nudity here. There's also an escort mission coming up where we have to defend a guy. Yeah, I think these guys are actually naked, but, you know, it's pixels, so hopefully that's okay. Let's just quickly dispatch them and I won't go any further just in case. We'll talk to this guy. This guy needs to be escorted to get us out of the prison. Thanks, I thought I was a goner. You guys know how to make an entrance. A trick with the wall like a pack of moles. We're not here for you, we're trying to find the nearest exit. Same as everyone here, I suppose. How crummy that left your burrow only to end up in the pokey. Not to mention half of the inmates are mad. Yeah. So we have to try and break out. Let's have a quick look at the arena mode before we finish, actually, because I haven't gone into that yet because I've been playing story mode. So let's go to the main menu. I have unlocked a few of the different locations for the arena mode, so we'll go back, we'll go to arena, the camp, the sewers, prison yard, underground concert, and then I haven't done any more yet. Let's do the underground concert. I'll join Sergey with that. I will add a bot and we'll take Ivan with that. Alright, so I assume this is just like waves of enemies, basically. But we'll see. I'm curious if it steadily ramps up. That would be my guess. 3, 2, 1. Wave 1, yep, that's how it goes. They're being punched by junkies who know how to fight, and they have syringes, and they're going to poke you. Or was that a shiv? I think that might have been a shiv. Ah! We've got to beat at least one wave. Although, I just realised the dog might be barking because the postman's coming, and I'm not sure whether or not I have to answer the door. Well, let's quickly kind of do a recap that this has been a look at Mother Russia Bleeds by Le Cartel Studio, published by Devolver Digital. Available for £10.99 or your regional equivalent. There will be a link to the Steam store page in the description box below. You get the story mode, which you can play co-op locally. You get the arena mode, which is the same. Ah, poisoned me. That bitch. If you like Streets of Rage and you want a game like it, I would say consider it. Just keep in mind it's gorier, it's grittier. The combat also isn't quite as fun, in my opinion. And it's a little bit unfair on you, especially if you don't have a bot friend. You'll get ganked. Unless, of course, it increases the number of enemies based on how many people are playing. That I didn't consider. And I'm not sure about. Check out reviews of people who have played a lot more than me if you are at all curious. Or you might find your answers on the community hub as well, regarding total play length, etc. I don't like how much that junkie is beating me up. See, I'm getting stomached here. That's the kind of stuff I was talking about. These are later game enemies though, so they're a bit harder. And there's the ability to draw from one corpse per wave, maybe? That's not so good. We made it to wave 3 though, so that's not terrible. I don't think we're going to last much longer though. Yeah, I'm going to go down soon. Got one dosage left, which I'll have to use for health rather than Berserk. Ah, I didn't get a chance to let my punch go. Got you that time though. Oh, my teammate died. I don't have a dosage to give him, I don't think, so I don't think I can get him up. No, I'm going to go down as well in a second here. Yeah, I can't save him because I don't have any dosages to give him. Alright, so that's arena mode as well. This has been Let's Look at Mother Russia Bleeds. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta for now.